Welcome to Hawaii. Look who I've found. Is there more than one ginger cat about? Look this way, come on. Have you got a mosquito trying to bite your nose? I think so. Is that a mosquito? Look this way. Is that a mosquito on your lips? Look this way, go on. Are you dribbling? What's that on your lip? It was a mosquito. It was a mosquito. You poor little thing. That's the end of that. I do like this little weed. This little weed is poison, of course. Is it one of the daturas? It's they're fragrant flowers though. Very fragrant. You can see they're related to petunias, can't you? It's a sort of petunia really, in a way. There's lots of them over here, look. Lots of them. And they have this big fruit thing here. Look. Poison, of course. I forget what they're called. I think they're related to daturas and things like that. And brugmansias and things. These are all nightshades. These are all nightshades. You can see there are members of the tomato and potato family, can't you? You can tell just by looking at their flowers. Aren't they pretty? They'd make a nice embroidery design, wouldn't they? Aren't they lovely? Well, that little cat didn't mind the dog barking. It's still sitting there. It wasn't disturbed, was it? Listen to that wind. What are we doing up so early in the morning? It is early in the morning. I was trying to film some kangaroos, but I can't see any. That's Cape Honeysuckle from Cape Town. Isn't it pretty? So lovely, it lights up the place. I don't think this camera shows how bright it is. It's so flaming. Isn't it lovely? That's better, you're flaming now. Look at that. And that's plumbago. That's plumbago from Cape Town too. Isn't it lovely? So beautiful. That's a para-insectivorous plant. It can catch insects, but it hasn't learned how to eat them yet. Supposedly it's evolving. It's got little sticky hairs for catching insects. Look, this is a sandalwood tree, one of the world's most expensive timbers. And I grew it from a seed. I'm very proud of it. I grew it from a seed. I've got several. Santalum spicatum, Australian native sandalwood. You can make it into incense or sandalwood timber. Oh, do be quiet for a minute. Sandalwood. Another sandalwood. You can do this too. They can stand the dreadful hot temperatures and the dryness in summer once established, and they can also stand quite cold winters. You could actually hybridize them with the ones that from Hawaii that could stand the more humid climate. The sandalwood tree, give me a hug. I'm a tree hugger, give me a hug. Do I see a cockatoo over there? Yes, I always like a cockatoo. I can see a cockatoo. Give me a hug. Oh. There's another sandalwood. I think it's a sandalwood. I've got two types of santalums. I've got Santalum spicatum and Santalum acuminatum, which is the quandong. I think this is Santalum spicatum. They grow so easily. They're so beautiful. And they have edible nuts. This is something quite amazing I wanted to show you. Look, it's very dry and hot out here in the Lachlan Valley, but this is a tomato plant that's just come up in the autumn with a bit of autumn rain. It's had sufficient time to make flowers, and it's also got some fruit on it as well. Fruit enough maybe so that it can grow again next year if a bird drops it. Look, there's a fruit there. It's amazing. What that means is in that window period in autumn, that little bit of rain is enough for a tomato plant to grow and to reproduce. Where are you? Where are they? There they are. Look at that. Tomatoes just growing on autumn rain. Where are the pretty tomato flowers? Here they are. It's amazing survival. Tomatoes growing in the Lachlan Valley in a very hot, dry climate, in a drought, but just in that little bit of autumn rain. Honeyeaters. They're up early too, getting honey. Getting honey from a flower. What a pity that branch is in the way, but photography is like that. I can't always have it my own way. What type of honeyeater is that? It's not a red wattle bird. Is it a spiny-cheeked honeyeater? Listen to that wind. They're going to be blown away. Well, that's, what's that plant called? It's cotyledon, isn't it? I used to call them kalanchoes, but they're cotyledons, I think. They're from South Africa, and they're the food for sunbirds, but what sunbirds eat in South Africa, Australian honeyeaters eat in Australia. Sucking all that precious honey out, all that nectar. Suck away, go on. And I'll be back in, I suppose, half an hour or so once the nectar's replenished itself. But I am very impressed with these wild tomatoes coming up everywhere. They're the type from Peru, the berry type. And many of them will actually be able to produce a berry and reproduce. Look at that. Little berry tomatoes that will ripen before winter. Little wild tomatoes from Peru.